We celebrated the new year with visions of a vaccine and dreams of COVID-19 in the rearview mirror. But COVID and all the stress and restrictions that go with it is just as present this year as it was last year. And that's why this man's story is so important now.
My name is Ken Rich, and I tested positive for COVID on November 14th. I'm 55 years old. I'm a very active individual. Health, fitness, and nutrition are very important to me. I'm a workaholic and a workoutaholic. So I work out about 5 times a week. I have no pre-existing conditions. As a matter of fact, in September when I turned 55, I asked my doctor for a stress test just to get a baseline. I got kicked off the treadmill during my stress test because I couldn't get my heart rate up enough for them.
After a few days of yard work, Ken noticed his seasonal allergies were flaring up. All the normal remedies weren't working, and after his ear started throbbing, he took himself to urgent care to treat a simple ear infection.
And I went in there and they took my temperature and they said, "Oh, you have a 101.4. You must really feel bad." And I'm like, "I have a fever?" I go, "No, my ear just hurts." They said, "We have to COVID test you." I'm like, "That's fine. I just need to see a doctor because my ear hurts." I was convinced that I didn't have COVID. I was actually convinced the thermometer at urgent care was wrong. And then 48 hours later, I got the result and it said positive and blew me away. I just thought I had an ear infection. And I had worked so hard to do everything right. And I started beating myself up a little bit, forgetting the fact that this is an airborne virus that's a pandemic. I was feeling like I did something wrong. And I didn't. I did my best. And but I found it very emotional. And then I hated making the phone calls. But I was like, I got to call everyone I'd been around. And I felt terrible. Because I didn't want to be the person that did that to somebody. But you know what? People don't have, you have to let people know. So it was a bit emotional.
Ken spent a few days with chills and sweats, roller coaster fevers. Then his oxygen levels began to decline, and he struggled to breathe. After about a week of fighting COVID at home, Ken was admitted to the hospital.
I had one fear the whole time, and that was I didn't want to be put on a respirator. And I haven't shared this with many people. I was having a conversation with a cousin of mine a couple months ago, and we were just talking about death. And I said, I've always been afraid of getting the disease that might cause death. I said, but I've never been scared of dying. It's something that happens to everybody, so maybe it's not that bad when it happens. We're all going to do it. I said, but you're never going to know until you're in the situation. That was 2 months ago. And so I reran that conversation in my head when I was in the hospital. But my answer was still the same. I wasn't afraid of that, but I was afraid of the respirator, as part of the process, I guess. That was the part that scared me.
Ken says he's always been a positive person, but never really understood the power of positivity until he found himself hospitalized with COVID-19.
Every morning we'd grab my cell phone and take a selfie of myself smiling. And I texted it out to my family and a few friends, just to let them know I was okay. And then B, I'd get positive responses back. The positive stuff I got back encouraged me to keep doing the things I was doing.
Ken spent 8 days in the hospital with bilateral pneumonia. He never did require a respirator. He was released with an oxygen tank in tow.
Am I going to have any extended health issues? I don't know. My doctors sound very encouraging based on how I'm healing that I should be okay, but I don't know if I have to kick off 2021 with a trip to a pulmonologist or a cardiologist or any of that. There's a lot of unknowns.
Ken doesn't know how he got COVID, but he did, despite doing all the right things. He does know it's important to protect one another.
People to be courteous of one another, and just the social distancing and wearing a mask. Maybe you don't like wearing a mask, but you know what? Maybe just do it to help somebody else. And maybe, you may be saying, well, it's not going to stop me from getting it. Maybe it'll stop you from giving it to somebody else, to your own parent or grandparent, or the stranger you're just walking by in a grocery store. So we're all going to get through it. But I think everybody has to work together to get through it.
For Living St. Louis, I'm Anne Marie Berger.